Yes, go for it.
Turnovers.
Yeah,
Um,
every which way.
Crept up at the worst time that you guys were trying to rally. I guess that was the biggest, I guess, knife in the side tonight.
Yeah, we had a bunch of early. I thought we got them under control better for a lot of the second half, and then had another bunch there at the end. Even a couple that we didn't turn over, but I think we had like a 4-on-1 break that we didn't convert. Um, Executed well on an out of bounds play, and it goes off our foot out of bounds. Just a couple possessions. Obviously, we'd like to have back, as well as finishing a little bit better around the rim. But other than that, I think I couldn't ask much more effort wise tonight, and you could feel the energy in the building change, and we had people diving on the floor and flying into the bench, and um, it's what I want to see. It's what our players want to see, and it's definitely what our fans want to see.
Shakira got loose. It looked like kind of more of herself. Can you see her trending and getting more comfortable and confident in herself?
For sure, I've really been encouraged by Kira in the 3 games since the break. She's not playing perfect basketball. I mean, she wants a few plays back tonight of her, the turnovers and stuff around the rim, but she's playing so hard. She's so mobile. She just feels like at times like she's everywhere on the court. Seeing her dive on the floor and for a loose ball in a crowd of people. I don't think she does that if she's not feeling pretty good. So, now it's just about growing and um, making good plays. I love the way she's aggressive and going at the rim, and I think our team's feeding off it.
And that's something me just kind of in a frustrating game where there's turnovers and things kind of got down a little bit, but to see the way, and I think they're led by Kira and Ariel kind of came out. Um, is that the kind of stuff that when we talk about building, is that kind of the stuff that you're talking about?
For sure. And I think after, we didn't defend great the other night, and Seattle got on a little roll early tonight, kind of the back half of the first quarter, to dial it back in defensively, and really make them work for their points the way we did. I think that's what this team can be. We're not perfect, turn it over too much, fouled a little too much, um, but you're starting to see some connection. We talked before the game briefly about this is an opportunity for this group to play together. This group still has not played together very much, and we're trying to kind of do it on the fly, and um, but you're seeing signs. You're seeing signs, especially the connection, the way they're feeding off each other energy wise. That's definitely trending the right way.
Back to the turnovers.
Great.
It's been something that's been a thing throughout this season. Where do you think kind of the root of the issue might be stemming from? I know you're still trying to work in Kira, but those aren't the only situations where turnovers are popping up.
No, they're not. I mean, we have a few different types. A lot of it's our passing. We've put a real emphasis on working on our passing because we clearly need to. Um, Passing, catching, timing, um, moving screens are still turnovers. I think we had a couple where the guard's going too fast or the big tries to move late. Um, it's the stuff that drives coaches nuts, but I don't get to sulk about it. We got to work on it. So, things like letting our bigs handle the ball, like there's going to be some growing pains doing that stuff. But we know at the end of it, as they develop, we'll get something out of that.
You mentioned Shakira's aggression that she's had, especially tonight. How much is that just the style of how you guys want to play and have her just go downhill towards the rim? How much is it just Shakira just taking the ball and trying to take advantage of her matchups?
I mean, it's her game, I think. She's got stuff that she can do, handling the ball and spinning and facing up. But um, I think you see the great players. Their bread and butter is if somebody can't stop me going right to the rim, I'm going to start there. She's got that length. She's got the ability to go off either foot. I think she's going to get her power and her balance back here as we go. Um, but you put your opponent in foul trouble, you get yourself to the line. She shoots 15 free throws, I thought, because she was just aggressive and on balance a lot of the game. So, um, that's a great starting point.
Um, Julie had 6 assists tonight in less than 20 minutes. Seattle was blitzing her and showing hard hitters as well. How do you think she's handled aggressive coverages like that? Not just tonight, but in the season in general. And then what does it say about her as a player that teams are willing to give her that energy on the court?
Yeah, I don't think it was just her that got that. I mean, we saw blitzes on Ariel and Slim at times too. Um, playing as long as she has in different leagues and everything, she's seen a lot of different coverages and defenses. She was kind of joking tonight, like if you hedge me, I'm gonna get us an advantage. And I think maybe as the season has gone, she's gotten a little bit better about not predetermining what the open pass is going to be. Early in the year, I thought she was going one dribble and deciding where she was going to throw it. And tonight, she let it develop a little bit. She hit the roll sometimes, she hit the skip sometimes. Um, it's great to have because it lets us get Slim off the ball a little bit more. We can play her and Jade together. It really gives us some flexibility to have another guard that can make plays.
And you mentioned pregame, talked about Maisha's absence and Emily possibly getting back into rotation. How did you think her minutes were tonight? And then how has she stayed ready in practices, kind of waiting to be back in the rotation?
I mean, I already hear her talking about doing her extra work tomorrow. I think she's found a kind of a routine that works for her to keep her mentally and physically ready. Made some great hustle plays and energy plays, offensive boards, and then I think it was if I remember right, the chain sequence of her chasing the loose ball, Shakira diving on the floor. That's a lift she can really get us. And I thought she did a good job defensively against tough matchups tonight, both staying in front of their guards and battling with their bigs.
Coach, on Saturday, you talked about wanting to get Kira and Leah on the floor more together. Saw a little of that tonight. You talked about taking the floor.
Yeah, it didn't feel like as much tonight, but maybe I'm wrong on that. Definitely a little bit. It's Seattle bigs being as active as they are, really helps to have two mobile posts out there together, covering a lot of ground defensively, especially against two guards and Jewel and Skylar that can really probe, but both of them are good at moving their feet, staying in front of the ball. Offensively, we're just trying to work it through. Who's rolling, who's cutting, where should we space? Some good things and some things that are just going to have to develop kind of as time goes, playing together more. So we want to keep giving them those opportunities to play together.
And third game back for Slim, she did a little everything today, 9 points. It's something like that. You just talk about how you feel about her progress as she did.
I think each game now we see some signs of kind of things that look like a healthy Slim. She had a block tonight. She was in passing lanes more. Guarding Skylar at the point of attack, and then when she was off the ball, being in gaps and causing disruption. I think those are the things that people picture when they think of her game. Offensively, she's trying to get her timing, her balance. She saw some good plays, like nice in rhythm pull-ups, and then a couple where she was leaning and off balance. And I think that's probably the last thing that is hard for players to come back is just, especially somebody who's attacking so much is when do I just need to slow down and get on balance? So, I think that'll continue to come. That's all? All right. Thanks, guys.
And here you go.
Hello. How you doing?
What worked so well for you two in the second half? You guys kind of turnovers and kind of got in a hole, but you guys kind of really would have been easy to kind of say, okay, we're shorthanded today and all these other things. But you guys kind of really kind of pushed back, and I'm curious kind of what was the conversation, or is that just kind of you guys going out and saying we're not gonna lay down?
Yeah, I just think we got back to us and stopped turning the ball over and made the simple reads. I don't think, honestly, it was anything that they were doing so spectacular in the first half that took us out of who we were. That's all on us. I mean, I feel like we had almost like 20 turnovers, 22. That's crazy.
Sure. How are you feeling? You seem like every game we see you seems like you're kind of getting more comfortable and they're, I'm saying, more on balance and all of that kind of thing. Can you just kind of listen a little bit to your progression?
Yeah, just trying to build on to, everything that I've started with from, three games ago. Definitely just trying to still figure it out and learn on the way. It really sucks, having to kind of learn in the games, obviously, especially in the middle of the season. We're about to finish up, but I mean, when we figure it out, it's going to be great. But right now, it's just it's tough. I mean, 8 turnovers, that's really tough for me. So I'm just trying to figure out balance of, just continuing to be aggressive and, obviously layups I feel like I should make, but at the end of the day, I do have more balance and I am going up off of two more and I, can go either way a little bit more confidently now. So, I'm just continuing to try to progress and like I said, just add on each game.
Last one for me. Just for either or both of you, what's the challenge of trying to get everything together on a day like this where, obviously there was the trade earlier, you guys are down to 9 players. You guys have been really close with Maya and are still really close to her.
Yeah.
So just trying to get ready to play a game when all this stuff kind of happens in the morning/afternoon.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. Most of our pregame talk was just about what just happened, so it's kind of hard to shift, but that's where we're at. That's what happened today. There's no excuses for it, but I think we still came out and played aggressive. I think we're locked in. It's just yeah, we just failed a little bit.
Kind of picking up on that, Ariel, I'll start with you, just with Maisha being traded, what does that feel like for you, and what are you gonna miss the most about having her around? And share if you want to answer that too.
I mean, more than anything, Ma's my friend. It's hard to meet. It's not hard. Well, it's hard for me personally to meet just super genuine and be able to find somebody you can let your walls down with and actually create a friendship, more so a family. So obviously it's tough for me. We've been together since literally day one of being here in our careers, but I'm more than happy for her. She's in a place that she's gonna be able to flourish, gonna be able to grow. And her role is gonna be able to grow as well. Our organization did what they thought not only was best for her, but was best for us as well. And like today, we had a pregame speech, and like Kira said, like obviously it's hard to switch gears on something like that because I mean, transparency, it is emotional, to lose somebody like that. I like to say she's part of the glue of our team. She's great in the locker room. I mean, y'all know her. She's just a good time to be around, just a great human overall. So it's definitely tough, but at the end of the day, we do understand it as a business. And whoever has that jersey on, we got to go to war with them. And so that's what we tried to do tonight. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and just act like, oh, it's just business. It's hard.
Hear anything you want to add on that? Ariel, picking up kind of on, you talked about her being, kind of the glue and
Mhm.
thinking about how your locker room culture has been all season, how strong it has been. How do you guys, make adjustments maybe with her out, or kind of like keep that going, fill in what you're missing in that respect?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, you don't try to replace anybody, you just continue to be yourself. I think, even with my leaving, I still think we have a really good locker room. I think we have good people in our locker room. I think we're learning how to figure out how to hold each other accountable in different types of ways, trying to, hype people up, also talk people off the ledge. Like there's things that we obviously still are figuring out. I mean, we're still adding Slim and Kira back, regardless of how people feel. They've played 3 games with us in totality, with them feeling comfortable with their bodies. And like she just said, she's just now getting comfortable going off too. Like there's a lot of things that we're still trying to figure out as a team. But I think personality wise, our locker room, it's a good energy, it's a good vibe. We're just trying to fight for the next day. Yeah.
You're able to, you mentioned your aggression,
Mm-hmm.
being able to attack the rim. How is that mentality kind of helping you kind of get back to where you want to be on the court?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I had a conversation with myself during this period, and I just made a promise that I wouldn't step back on the floor without being 100% myself. And I felt like regardless of the injury, like I struggled with that the past couple years, and I didn't want to put everything on my shoulder, but I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. So just going out there and just continuing to prove myself right is really my mentality.
Like clear points, clear eye, and free throw attempts to joint foul. Just what was the battle like for you tonight? Because as you said, this may not be something you've had to deal with over the past several months, and having this much contact and this much of trying to figure out certain ways to score and be aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, that's, part of my game goals is getting to the line, and trying to make that, like a home base, like a kind of a reset for me. Still trying to get there with the finishes, but, getting to the line in general just means that I am on balance and I am playing through physical contact. Because I mean, at earlier this season, I was so scared of contact. I'm fading away at 6'5", like every layup. So, just to see that progression and to have the coaches have that mentality, like, hey, we gotta get to the line. I need at least 10. So that's just where I'm at with that.
Ariel, coming out of half, and you hit 3 or 4 of your 5 total threes in the game. Can you just talk about what the mindset was coming out of half? Trying to keep the game close?
Jesus. I mean, the first half, I don't even know who that was playing, if I'm being honest. And as good as my teammates are, they're like, keep shooting, hey, like you can do it. In my head, I'm like, I'm playing absolutely terrible right now. But blessed to play a game that has 2 halves,
Amen.
honestly.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, y'all.